welcome back. And as was mentioned earlier in the show, the second segment is focusing on an initiative that has been ongoing for a few years now. It's called Community Days of Healing. And here with me at this time is the coordinator and organizer, Perry Smith. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Belize. Good morning, Marlene.
It's so good to have you here, and I should say that we will be joined by Crispin Jeffries in just a few, who is the vice chairman of the Hattieville Village Council. But we have the time now to be able to talk about why and how the Community Days of Healing first got started. All right.
Again, good morning, Belize. And Days of Healing, for those who don't know, started back in 2013. January, after the quadruple murders take place on Dean Street. And the community may rackle and me feel a way after the murders. They may like want to isolate themselves, and the community members say, man, make we show a different image of who we are, because at the end of the day, we the people, you understand me? We don't know where people think we are. And Miss Barbara Fraser came up with the idea to have one Community Day of Healing. She sat down with community members like Timmy Stamp and Derla Van and decided to organize the first Community Day of Healing. Then time there, I made the reporting, I'm a reporter. So I gonna cover the story before it happened, and then I gone on the day of the event. I wanna reach out there, like goosebumps there all over me, like, man, this thing is so nice, this thing can't done. It's a shame that something so tragic had to happen for the community open up to everybody like this. So I said, man, we need to spread this thing throughout Belize. Not only the south side, where majority of the murders they happen, throughout the whole country. Because murders that take place all over the country. And we just started pushing the initiative every month in 2013. We covered communities like St. Martin's, Hostel Field, Yabra, Complex Field. 2014 we said, man, the community members from different communities just to counter with sticks, man, we want one healing in our community. Communities where we push it in, they want our next one. So then 2014 we said we can't do it every other month, we have to push it every month. So then we, as always, we go back to Dean Street where it all started from. I have on one Dean Street Day of Healing shirt from this year's Day of Healing will take place at Dean Street. Because every year we want to go back to Dean Street in January, where it all started from, and then from there encompass other communities.
Perry, what is it that you do with the communities when you gather on these days? I mean, you want to be able to have some kind of positive outlet for the community members.
Yes.
But what type of activities does it include?
Well, because of our community youth initiative, first and foremost, we don't serve no alcohol at the initiative. We serve out food and refreshment and every single thing free. You don't pay for nothing. Eat as much rice and beans, stew, chicken, barbecue chicken, as much as you want. When it's done, you understand me? Eat up, drink up and thing, and enjoy yourself. For the youth, we have sporting activities, football, basketball, we have sack races, running race, lime and spoon and thing. We have Belizean DJs, we volunteer in time and thing, and come out, play positive music for the people. Belizean artists usually come out, entertain the people as well. And we have one day where we just sit back and relax, and no political banners, not a push. We not to tell you think this or think that or vote this or vote that. Come out as one people, enjoy yourself. Yeah. We invite other community members, we invite all facets of the society. Both sides of the political fields we invite the churches, we invite other community members, and we say that community members we don't take part in our Day of Healing, they usually come and take part in the other Day of Healing. So as usual, because we're going to Hattieville now, we want to organize one bus to carry Belizeans from the city up to Hattieville, because you have community members from throughout the city where want to go to Hattieville and sit back and relax, enjoy themselves. Yeah. So the day that I just want one day for you free up and enjoy yourself and relax and get to reconnect with your neighbors. Connect with people from other communities, you understand me?
And as you're mentioning, obviously, an initiative that started off with just working with what people call the hot spots in Belize City is now spreading beyond the urban area. And we are joined at this time by co-organizer for the Community Days of Healing in Hattieville, Crispin Jeffries, who is also the vice chairman of the Hattieville Village Council. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Marlene. Thank you for coming. As usual, the hassle of getting to the city with the
You know, I respect the fact that as in your role in transportation, that you would be abiding by all rules.
Well, that's the reason why, but
way.
man, I was stopped by 2 bus operators fighting at the corner.
Oh, you were handling business on that time.
That traffic, Vernon Street, competition, and they were refusing to allow the other one to pass. 2 buses going in the same direction, same location. So, but anyway, that's not the order of the day today. Thank you for having us. I believe Perry quite.
He gave us a bit about the background of the Days of Healing, Community Days of Healing. I want to find out how you found out about this initiative and why it called out to you for your own community.
Well, actually, Perry and I, we know each other from other family connections way back. But when he came up to me and said, I want to come up and talk to you because we want to do something in Hattieville, I said, I don't have a problem with it. Actually, the information came to us about maybe a week before that. We met. And there are community members who are related to him also, who told us about it. And we said, look, we welcome the opportunity, and there is a need for this type of activity in Hattieville. As you rightly point out, it's not a political activity. It's a social event. We've been having small events around the Hattieville Community Center to try and generate interest for some of the young persons. In fact, the father of one of the youths we are working with lost his son as a result of a stabbing incident on the same sporting complex next to the community center. So it's a kind of traumatic experience for him. Hattieville, while it is not a hotspot like the violent areas of Belize City, it has seen its fair share of murders. In fact, in the last 3 months, we've lost 2 young persons, young adults, one was shot and died. Actually, he's an active community member. He was a nurse, a male nurse, but he was shot at a social function right in Hattieville, and he died a couple of weeks later. And then we had the incident where a BDA soldier, whose mother is the nurse in the village, he too was shot and killed in Ladyville. So there is, in fact, a certain amount of violence that we see. We've had some tragedy in terms of persons who move out of Belize City, going to Hattieville over the years, and we've had some serious cases. One would have to just take a little flashback in the news, and you would see some of the incidents that have occurred in Hattieville itself. There was a well-known gentleman known as Nose, who was shot and killed about 5-6 years ago as a result of moving out of the city and being in Hattieville, and he was killed in Hattieville. And there has been several other incidents where Hattieville keeps on the periphery, but it is also known to have attracted violent spells. And we think that this Day of Healing will bring people together to pay a little bit of attention to that.
Now, what I love about this initiative is it goes back to what is really the core of one of the issues that we are facing, which is the lack of community spirit and relationship building within even amongst neighbors. It's, you know, one of the things that people always comment on is once upon a time you used to be able to talk to your neighbor's children or know your neighbor at least, and that has changed dramatically in the urban areas and from what you're saying even in some of the rural parts of the country. How have you seen the impact of these Days of Healing, Perry, in terms of having them, the children, the families come out, and whether or not you've seen more relationships built and nurtured over time? Well,
the impact I've seen, Marlene, that when you see youths in a quote-unquote rival communities, willing to go in a quote-unquote rivals community and take part and have one day to play football with their youths, get to talk with their youths. When you see people, whenever me talk just the day before, they talk today. Or when you see man, when they beef with each other want to kill each other. They sit down. They play dominoes with each other. We see in these instances in a different communities, in a different days of healing. So that's why we continue to push it. We continue to push it because the people continue to ask for it. Understand? And we feel the energy from the people. We feel the need for one have something where we as one community could say this stuff for we. You understand me? Majority of the parks on the south side neglected. You understand? You don't have no proper fields. The fields overgrown. You don't have no lights on the fields. The youth can't even go out at night. But then you have parks on the north side where have lights. When they're not even occupied. You have parks where have police in there. So why you can't put more police officer in at every park on the south side? Put on the lights. Level off the fields. You understand? Give these youths somewhere to go and exercise that energy instead of the front of the China. They try to tax you for $1 Then when they get frustrated, they try to tax somebody for $1 want to rob you for your phone, want to rob you for your chain or something. You understand?
Do you get that sense of frustration in talking with community members, especially the young people, that it's a lack of outlet that drives them into some of the activities?
Yes, because they don't have nowhere to go. And then when they in their communities, because now they isolate themselves in their communities and put up imaginary walls and imaginary boundaries, and they tell themselves, I can't go about 2 blocks away. You understand? So they stay isolated in their areas with nothing to do. Nobody not really pay them too much attention, and the people who do pay them attention not really have the resources to have the youths there around them like how they would want. Because I know my brethren Timmy Stamp. You understand me? My brethren Mote. These brethren will have these after school programs and things like that. We push them things for the youths. Sometimes their brothers take their last. Sometimes the same thing with the picnic and they eat out of the after school program that they and their wife and their kids they eat. You understand me? And sometimes it's hard to try have something organized for the youth, but then you don't have $1 in your pocket. I know firsthand because with Days of Healing, we ask for everything. Everything we ask for in donations. And
so you don't have, do you ask for donations to be able to give everything free to the
everything go out free. If one bag of water left over, bag of ID left over, whatever left over when we pack up, we left that. Like I said, we always go to a community member. We work with the youths, we work with the community. We left that with them and make them distribute that amongst the youths, amongst the community members. We don't take back nothing that Days of Healing headquarters. Anything what we get for a Day of Healing goes straight into that Day of Healing. Next Day of Healing, we start all over again, pushing out letters, riding around on a bicycle, walking up and down. They ask people, they beg people for donations, for assistance to make the initiative happen.
Who do you normally, I mean, what has the support been like to be able to get the funding, the resources that you need to provide these?
We do this from 2013, we're in 15 now, and the funding far and few. You understand? You have people who have resources and just now want to push off their resources, probably because in here we have community Days of Healing in a quote-unquote crime-ridden communities, quote-unquote hot spots, ghetto areas. But then they cry upon the crime and the violence, but then they don't want to push the resources in to try to ease the crime and the violence. You understand me? Because now when you go into these so-called ghetto areas and you have my sister like Michelle Williams will come out and do yoga with the youth. This is in a majestic alley right here. You have youths to do yoga. You understand me? Big people come out and take part in the yoga and thing with them. You see the interaction, you see the fun. You understand me? And when you go, they ask for donations and people turn you around and around and the donations barely come through. It's daunting, but it's not discouraging. I continue to push forward. You understand me? Whatever we get in, that's what we push with. You understand?
What has the support been like for the Hattieville Day so far? Are you helping out Mr. Jeffries to get the...
Well, when we have a fairly large field. We have a basketball court. We have a building with a stage. We have toilet facilities. We have furnitures. And we have electricity. So a lot of the planning.
The infrastructure is there.
When Perry and I talk, I said, look, those things we will look after. The cleaning, the preparation of the grounds.
That right there will come in big because for this Day of Healing, we plan for link up with our brethren Stamp Romero. of Yatta, youth advocacy through arts. And Stamp want to come out there and for the first time ever premiere one of a plays in the village. So Sleepless Girls want to premiere in the village. You understand me? Because the works were Stamp the door, the works were I the door, my brethren in the other communities, that all we do all one work. You understand me? Try reach with youth for sure, with youth saying that they have potential. Try give them a little courage and a little backbone for stand up strong and say, you know what, I could do something, regardless of what you think about me. Because Days of Healing, as good as the initiative is, Marlene, a lot of people know why it happened. You understand me? We've been getting attacks for try stop the Days of Healing from when we started. When we take the torch from Dean Street and we continue to push it, we've been getting attacks. Up to now, we still get attacks. You understand me? Personally.
But why would they not want you to have it?
Because, like, I don't know. I look upon it as certain people in a certain places might not want to say the quote-unquote ghetto come together. The imaginary walls broke down. And man from George Street got a ghost town. Man from ghost town, they a PIV, you understand me? Majestic Alley, they over back at this area. When we stop call ourselves their communities and we start call ourselves one people. You understand me? We stop label ourselves ghost town, back at town, PIV, this one, that one. All of we are one Belizeans living in the city. You understand me? With limited resources. Most of them eat ramen noodles that night. They go buy one Raymond's, one hot dog, sausage, and one egg, and they serve that between 2-3 picnic and yourself. You understand me? But then, because of the imaginary walls, the division where we got amongst ourselves, where we know they come together for work together, a lot of people benefit from that. We coming together now benefit a lot of people. So, try.
So the unity you feel can be intimidating to
yeah,
some people.
the unity is intimidating.
Do you ever run into problems with what who are the people who are identified as gang leaders? Because you are also tapping into what would be the recruits.
No, because with Days of Healing, like I tell you, we go to community members from communities. We have known gang members. We step up for their communities.
I think Marlene, one of the things that the gang member, particularly gang leader profile, while you might be seeking, while you might be looking at him as seeking recruitment, in fact, his intention is to provide for those young persons. So this kind of program assists because they want to have positive outlooks. And a part of this program is positive outlooks for the youth. So having had that experience of working with gang leaders, working in the communities, working with hotspots, visiting the prison, knowing some of the people that we are talking about here, knowing some of them from the early days right through to their life of crime. I've seen some of those persons I could easily think back about Killer. This was one of his initiatives. Further back, Timmy Stamp. This is where he came from. Timmy Stamp was a part of that very early. George Mackenzie. I know those fellas, they died, but I know those fellas, and not Timmy Stamp, but the others. And I saw their initiatives. As bad as the program was, we had a program running in the Yabra area, the Citizen Development Committee and the Yabra Youths. And that too had its rivalry, but they had the young persons wanted things for the other young persons in the community.
And what you're saying is so important in terms of educating the public on what life in particular areas is really like. Unfortunately, there's a very stigmatized, it's what you mentioned before, Perry, that people only see hotspot, they only see crime-ridden zone, they put the label and they don't investigate further.
Exactly.
The idea of saying that people who are usually labeled as notorious gang leaders, that you use them instead as community leaders and activists, is very difficult for people to match these two roles together. But you've been able to achieve it.
They are. You understand me? The community showing them one level of respect because of what they try though. At the end of the day, we call them gangs, but all of them youths, man and woman, then they search for one band where they probably never had at home. Then they search for somebody to say they care about them, love them, and they're there for them. And they form these quote-unquote gangs. And then they're there for each other, for protect each other. And usually with us humans, you always have one dominant figure where always step out and shine as the quote-unquote leader, and people look to him for answers and ways and questions. And we go to these guys, we not intimidated by them, we live right amongst them, so how can we be intimidated by them, you understand me? And we've worked with them positively. I could name enough of them what we work with, you understand me? I could remember when I worked with Raja from Ghost Town, and they never want a day of healing happen, none at all, none at all. You had people who gone to Raja to tell Raja to cancel it, and they same people come to me and tell me to cancel it, you understand me? And we still had it, you understand? And it wasn't only with Raja when they try to intimidate. My brethren Moti right there for Majestic Alley, we have the feeding program where step up for his community. We always run behind me from the time he get with me from 2013 with Days of Healing. When we had the Day of Healing through Majestic Alley, they stabbed him 2 days before because they never want it happen. But it still happened, you understand me? My brethren gone to hospital, get stitches in their back and thing, and we still had the Day of Healing. No kind of problems, no fight. You never hear about after one day of healing, this happened, that happened. You understand me? You hear people come out, had fun. That's when the news media decide to come out and cover it. You understand me?
How do you, through this initiative, encourage the community members to not engage in violent or criminal activities?
Well, we go to the community members like I bring back Ghost Town, because right before the Day of Healing, they shut up this man's daughter's graduation. They shot after the man. They shot one of their brethren. When I first heard the shooting their daughter graduation, I said, man, we not have no Day of Healing because them bally going off. You understand me? Somebody called, we try to take away your family member life and thing like that. You want to retaliate, you understand me? Defensive mode, you're there, you know. Brethren call me and say, yo, Sticks, don't worry about nothing, Sticks. I know they do nothing. We want one Day of Healing. We want to show them, just like what you say, we need for show them that we different, that we bigger, that we can change, you understand me? Boom. We meet the next day, we sit down, we talk and thing. Couple days later, next shooting again. Next shooting again. Through all of this, every time, me and Raja, aka Mob, we sit down and the man say, yo, Sticks, They of Healing, brother. That's what you say, we have to show them. You understand me? Because if we do something crazy now, we don't expect no police want to come out here and want to protect we from one Day of Healing or even make we have it. So we not do nothing crazy, brother. We want to have a community day. The day gone off without one hitch, without one problem. We had that Day of Healing, we had the biggest candlelight visual. Understand what we left out of Ghost Town with no police, no traffic officers. The community members say, here where they go on Sticks. We the big people. Understand me? We walk the streets every day by ourselves anyway. Understand? The whole entire community walk out of Mayflower onto Vernon Street to the boulevard, up the boulevard, through Lakeview, come back round off of Lakeview Canal. You understand me? Down Vernon Street, in the community, we light some candles for some of the community members when we get shot right front in the community. You understand me? And we continue the day and everything gone peaceful, nice and loving. If you go in a Mayflower right now, quote unquote Ghost Town, and ask the community members if they want one next Day of Healing, they will tell you, we ready for it, bring it. You understand?
And now Hattieville gets its turn.
Well, my lady, we support this because we want to see it spreading out of the city. The youth gang problems are not going to change until society changes, until communities see the need to participate with the youth. So youth programs, whatever type, we believe is going to enable the community as well as the youths to become something different. We have a whole lot of sporting activity. We are participating in the Hattieville is participating in a lot of competition. Outside of Hattieville, we have youths who have gone abroad as football players. You know, but that does not stop the youth violence, the fact of lack of focus. One of the most recent youth death was because of this rivalry over this DJ business. You know, so and it is anger management, because it is the same young adult who decide that I want to be, because I don't have any other thing to do, I want to prove that I am the baddest or better than, and then we get into that. So the level of young adult mentoring is something that we think is going to take place as a result of this thing. So we are running programs that will target young persons in the community, those that are post-primary school and are not in high school.
Okay.
So we are looking at those young persons.
How to get them engaged.
We are engaging them.
Yeah.
We are engaging them. We have several programs. The Creole Council has been working with us with music and arts program. We have, we are doing a backyard guard program that will engage some of the primary school students so that years to come they're engaged in that. We have other activities in the community that we think will help the other youths. We have about 5 different locations that we are focusing on to develop at least sporting fields, if not parks. So those things are being worked at right now as we speak.
And now we have the Community Days of Healing, which takes place when?
This Saturday, the 11th, right at Hattieville, you understand me? We plan to be out there all day long, you understand? The play want to kick off about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So in the morning, we're going to run out some football, run out some basketball, some lead sack races and things like that. We still ride around the walkabout and things to try to get donations to make sure that we could get things for the event and the initiative and things. We still try to make sure we get lead trophies and things like that to give out the youth. If we don't get trophies, we want to get something to give the youth, you understand me? And right now I just want to tell my people's name where they try to contact me. Sorry for the inconvenience because of the technical difficulties. We lost with phone and thing, and we have to get back with a new phone and things. So when I left from here, I go in by BTL and go get one new phone. So I have one different number, people. One different number.
But you're on Facebook. And
but I'm on Facebook, and the people there where me get the donation letters, I could contact Mr. Jeffries and make him know whatever donations I have towards the Day of Healing. He want to collect that and thing because that's going straight to Hattieville.
Yeah.
Yeah, 610-4790. Contact with Mr. Jeffries, and any donation, any assistance where you want to give away towards this Day of Healing for Hattieville, greatly appreciated.
Well, I want to say kudos on a fantastic initiative, and I know you've had some people join on, like Michelle from Om Shanti with the yoga.
Yes.
And if there are other people who have a skill or talent or just want to come and help out, they can also join you as well.
Exactly.
And Mr. Jeffries, of course, doing your bit for Hattieville community as well. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic day on Saturday. So best of luck, gentlemen.
And youth Stamp will be recruiting youths who want to take part in a dancing, because Stamp well known for dealing with dancing and dealing with youth. So he want to recruit youths who want to take part even in the acting.
Yeah.
You understand me? So youths from Hattieville, if you know interested in the thing, or just step up to Mr. Stamp and give him information, and he want to link up with you and try to say how he could bring you aboard in a yata.
Yeah, and there are lots of opportunities that can come from that as well. So this Saturday in Hattieville at the football field,
yes,
we'll have the first Hattieville Community Days of Healing, and we do encourage people from that community to come out, and others who are interested in learning more about the Days of Healing definitely come out as well. What time does the event start?
Well, we plan to kick off usually for 9 in the morning and just run all day long.
Okay, all right.
Let me on behalf of the community thank the program, the television station, for continuing its support for community initiative. And I don't have to tell Terry, or Perry, sorry, but he knows where my heart is. And I support the activity and the initiative.
Now, you know, we can complain a lot about the problems, or we can get up and do something, and that's what you all are doing. You're getting up and doing something. So, like I said, I hope that people have seen this and will be able to reach out and support you, if not in time for Hattieville, for the next one that comes up, because you do one a month.
Yeah, we plan to push one every month in our different community throughout Belize.
All right. Thank you once again.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, it will be to talk to Jamal Galvez about manatee conservation. So stay tuned.